Okay, today we're looking at the easiest way to get a starter recording using GarageBand for iOS. That's for your iPhone or your iPad. I'm on an iPad mini. And what I really wanted to do is to use this as kind of an old school 4-track recorder. If you're like me and you don't want to mess with a lot of other recording equipment, interfaces, you don't want to deal with the fake instruments in GarageBand or the built-in loops and all of that stuff. If you really just want to record live instruments and vocals and create a decent recording, this is the how-to video for you. Okay, so you open GarageBand, you're going to get this screen which shows your completed projects. If you want to create a new project, you hit the plus sign there in the upper right hand corner. Brings you to this screen where you can choose phony instruments, but again, no, we don't want that. We want either a live vocal or a live instrument. So let's pick a live instrument. It's going to default to this nice room guitar. These are not guitar models. They are just different choices that give you a different range of effects. So this basic one gives you some reverb, compression, presence, tone. This chorus one obviously gives you chorus, amp room gives you tremolo, but it's still going to record whatever you put into it. I would recommend starting with just an acoustic guitar into the built-in microphone, which is a perfectly serviceable microphone. Or if you're using electric guitar, just put your device up to your amp speaker and you're good to go. So when you're recording, you do want to monitor what you're recording, so plugging in a set of headphones and then just clicking on for the monitor down there in the lower right will get you your monitor. Couple other things before you start recording. This plus sign up here is super important because Apple, I don't know if this is visible, but Apple defaults to 8 bars. Why anyone would want to record an 8-bar song, I don't know, but you need to get in here and change it to where it says automatic. Click on that plus sign in the upper right and it's going to default to 8 bars. Change it to automatic. Okay. Another thing that's important there in the upper right hand corner is that wheel. It defaults to the key signature of C major, so I'm doing Willie Nelson's Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, which is an E major. So I'm changing the key there. You can obviously choose major or minor, and you can also let GarageBand try to follow the song key for whatever you're putting into it. So apparently that can be helpful with vocals to make sure that all the notes in your vocal are in the key of E major in this case. Alright, so you set your tone and your reverb and your compression to taste. You're good to go. You're ready to record. And I'm going to purposely make a mistake here to show you one thing. So here we go. It's counting us in and we are playing acoustic guitar. We're playing acoustic guitar. Do you hear that? The metronome is still clicking. So stop the recording. One of the other annoying defaults that Apple put in here was it will default to playing your metronome over your whole song. It's actually recording that. It's not just for your timekeeping. After you've changed the length of the song to automatic, set the key of the song, I would also recommend turning that metronome from blue to white. Turning it from blue to white will shut it off. It'll still give you a 4-beat count in. Alright, so we made a mistake. We've got metronome on our recording. We don't want that. We want to do a new take. What do we do? Super important button is up here. It is the back button. I don't know if you noticed, but the timeline there went from blue back to black. That is going to set you back to wherever you started that particular recording, in this case at the beginning of the song. But if you've been in the middle of the song and you were cutting the solo, if you hit the undo on a take, it'll take you back to wherever you were starting that particular track recording. So undo button, as in Microsoft Word and any other program, is your best friend. You're going to be able to do as many takes as you want by just undoing a take. Okay, so we undid that take. We're going to try again. We've got our count in, but now the metronome is no longer playing while we're singing here, or we're playing guitar here. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we're done with that track. We want to get to our master project track list here. It's this funny button here, third from the left, that looks sort of like a full screen. If you click on that, then, you know, if we had a bunch of tracks, they'd all be listed here. So far we just have the one track, and there's things we can do to the track. So if you slide over, it will open this up to where you can set the volume level of the track. You can mute the track. If you had 10 tracks here and you wanted to isolate all but one or something, you can mute different tracks by hitting that thing with the speaker with the slash through it. It's pretty obvious, right? What if you want to get back and change the effects on this track? This button here it's to the left of the FX. If you hit that, it gives you more of a screen here. And again, you've got your compression, your EQ, gives you master echo, master reverb. And if you click on any of these arrows, it takes you into a bazillion more choices. I don't recommend, at least to start with, getting that in depth. The basic reverb and echo on this are fine. Some compression obviously is helpful. So now we've got our guitar track, we're happy with it, we're going to plus, and now we're going to add the vocal track down here. So the vocal track has some things that the guitar track doesn't have, namely pitch control. So people say not to go crazy with this. I can't sing, so I cranked it up probably to about that level. Seemed to help a little bit. Again, if you have your monitor on, you're going to hear the other track while you're singing through your headphones. Very helpful, right? So let's count in, and now we're singing, we're singing, we're singing. Everything's going well. We're happy with the pitch control. Seems like we're on track. Yay, we finished the singing track, so now we want to go back to our master project here. And now you see that you've got two tracks, your acoustic guitar and your vocal. Again, you can adjust the volume to taste to make sure they're kind of equal, or how you want them to sit in the mix. If you want to do other things with an individual track, you just double tap on it, right? And then you can see the big old menu of options. You can split it, you can copy and paste, you can, you know, edit out pieces of it. It's all pretty intuitive, so just know that you double tap. When you're ready to master the track, this is the one thing that I think is kind of subpar about the iOS version of GarageBand compared to the full version. The full version, you on a iMac, you master it right from here. You know, you master the whole track. In iOS, you have to export it and then import it back in as one track. However, there's a shortcut to that, and the shortcut is to merge all the tracks into one. So let's add one more track. Let's say it's going to be the guitar solo. So I'm going to go to amp room. I'm good to record. Here I am recording an awesome solo over the other two tracks, and we're happy and it's done. I'm going to go back to that project view, and we've got the three tracks there. One last thing that was really helpful to me in playing around with this is just the question mark button up here in the upper right hand corner. It lights up all these menus, and if you touch on them, it will give you tons of great tips on using the control bar, etc. So just know that if you hit the question mark sign in the upper right there, it's going to probably answer your questions. This is my final recording, and I want to master the whole thing. I've adjusted the vocal levels of each track. I've adjusted the reverb and compression and all of that good stuff. What you do is you tap on one of the tracks and click merge. When you click merge, I don't know if you could see, but over here on the left, the first track was automatically selected in blue. Then you select all of your tracks. I only have 3 here because we're just playing. And then up here on the right, you see it says merge, so I'm merging. And boom, there you go. You've got one master track instead of your 10 or 3 as I had. And then you can go into it. You know, you've got compression and tone here, and then if you hit this button, that sidebar that I showed you earlier for the individual tracks pops up. And again, you've got your master compression, your EQ, your echo reverb, and you can do all these other much more fancy things that I'm not doing to your master track. So you've got your master track, you've added master compression, reverb, blah, blah, blah. Go to this thing that looks like a page in the upper left, looks like a file symbol. Okay, so once you've got your project done and it's here, you can see that it didn't get rid of the 3-track one, right? It's still there, so you don't lose anything by merging. It creates a new file, so if you ended up not liking your merged file, you've still got your original project there. But if you do like your merged one, you just tap it and then choose share. Once you choose share, it gives you the quality that you want. And if I click share again, it's going to show you my contacts and things I don't want shown. But basically you can share it by email, you know, you can upload it to different web platforms, or you can just save the file on your device. So that's a quick and I think pretty easy look at GarageBand. I hope that works for you. Sorry for the poor video quality. It's the best I got. But I hope the tips were gold, baby, gold. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.